welcome back. Love Boat Project, episode 75. The platinum anniversary? I don't even know what 75 is.
It's metal, I assume.
Oh, just metal? Like it goes from silver to gold to metal?
What's silver? What's silver?
Silver's
right?
25, gold's 50.
What's 100? Diamond?
Oh, if you're married for 100 years.
I mean, if you're married for 75, we got
feels like it, right? Am I right, ladies?
Have you seen Cocoon?
I'm Mike Robinson along Mike Taylor.
Wow. Gotcha. I'm shook up.
Well, this is good because I didn't really have a question for you. I guess my main question is, Mike, when will we reach the deepest part of the ocean?
Yeah, maybe that's where they sank Ann B. Davis's the rest of her lines for this episode. Jeez, trying to tie that into
and be not used that much. So
she was in this episode.
Doesn't it seem like, seriously, like to the point where I didn't do like this character is this person before I watched it the first time.
Right.
And I just assumed she was somebody else because why would she not have any lines? I just assumed she was the lady looking to do the old. I thought she was going to be the lady looking to jump over the rail. That made more sense to me.
We've seen people who have had the same amount of lines as her being easy currencing.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Like,
so
maybe the least lines of a Portal person since Joyce Brothers.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
right. It was crazy.
Might have had more because she just
she had more she had more sentences. That's for sure. So.
I wish I would have timed it. She was on screen for tick 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 tick. That was, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we will get to these burning issues along with others on tonight's episode, which is a season 3 episode 24, 27 on your IMDb's. God knows where it is on Paramount. Invisible Maniac, September Song, and Peekaboo. The synopsis. Hey, it's an Isaac episode. Sort of. Isaac finds that his former school friend is trying to use him to make her husband jealous. Kathy's concerns are getting in the way of her committing to Tom. And in a very vague line, Faye Piermont wants to liven up her marriage, which is like...
That's one of it. Okay.
We can talk about it when we get into the actual storyline, but...
Right.
And we'll talk about how they actually played the notes on that particular thing. But man, in the late 70s, early 80s, just killing yourself was hilarious.
Well, it's funny because it was even like a potential suicide was like, well, let's be concerned, but we'll just keep an eye on things.
Yeah, let's be concerned and we'll have Julie and the 12-year-old check it out. So
it was treated like drunk driving in the late 70s or 1980, apparently. Like it's no big deal.
Like I guess we saw, they still never really dealt with Julie's friend with the scar on her face trying to kill herself. They never dealt with that. That was real suicide attempts.
The paper cut. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stubby winner. Karen Williamson. Yeah. Shout out Karen Williamson. The original air date of this baby was Saturday, April 19th, 1980. Mike, last week was yet another rerun as we are in a very, very weird spring for Saturday night television. Where
was it May sweeps or how does that work, Mike? What is it?
Well, it's the sweeps in current. Well, I don't even know if there still are sweeps.
Right.
The way TV works now, but it was always February, May, and November were the sweeps ratings periods, and so you'd have your big ones there, and May would obviously be where you'd have like your season finales and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the second to last episode of the This is the second last episode of the season, so we're gonna have one episode in May. Now, we kind of talked about it, and we'll probably talk about it a little bit more next week or in the opener, is this TV acting strike that happens in the summer, which kind of pushes everything back. I do wonder how much it's impacted things, because it's not just these weird Love Boats where they're new rerun. Yeah. It's also like Chips is off the schedule. We're running BJ and the Bear reruns. Like, it's just, I don't know if they're trying to push stuff further back because they're not going to have actors, or,
maybe that's what it is. They're trying to just stagger it. If you only have X amount, you know what I mean? Just stagger them out, and hopefully you don't run out of episodes before they come back.
Well, and I also wonder, because we did talk about it when we talked about the ratings for this year, is if you think about last season 2 for us, ABC dominates.
Yeah.
This year, CBS dominates. And I do wonder if ABC is like panicking a little bit, and NBC's just been bad for so long that they're just trying everything. Like, it's funny for us, CBS seems like they're terrible because we go through the prism of Saturday night, but they're doing great everywhere else. So
I would love to know what that CBS night is. I would imagine you get the 60 Minutes. But I mean, their Saturday night lineup historically, or at least for the last 2 and almost 3 seasons, has just been.
Well, what was
this season? It's been really bad.
What night was Dallas on? Because I feel like that's really been the which is weird.
It's a hazard on a Friday night.
Okay, so maybe they're changing it a little bit too. But yeah, and Saturdays. I will be very curious to see, because I was looking at something, I think for the credits or something that we're about to talk about.
Right.
And it looks like the Love Boat runs on Saturday night the whole time.
I kind of like that. I wouldn't want it. It doesn't belong on a Wednesday night.
I agree, but I guess I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am.
So I do think that probably means that the ratings stay at a level throughout the whole way. But I do wonder if we've seen the high water mark for them.
Well, maybe we've seen the high water mark for Saturday night TV viewing. I mean, nowadays, if you look at TV, I wonder at what point did that, Saturday night TV viewership sort of taper off.
Yeah, because these are still, these are shows we've heard of, right? Chips and Love Boat and Fantasy Island,
Big shows.
It's interesting. And I guess I'll be curious, because now they're the second highest rated show on Saturday, but they still win their time slot, right? So will it be them and Chips for a while going back and forth? Will they ever lose the time slot? Because that would probably be the real kick in the Stubings, right? So
10
or 8.
8 would be.
Oh God, where there's just
8.
That's the least sexy episodes. 8 o'clock. Yeah, we need like midnight. Let's get some midnight episodes out there.
Love Boat After Dark.
We have talked about the reruns already. The last week's episode was one of our favorites and one of our least favorites. That's right, Mike. Mr. Barrett, Nancy McKeon, the Olympians were on last week, along with Damon Wilson.
Oh, that's a great
Letter of Baby Cakes. And so you're like, oh my God, that's one of the best episodes we've seen this season. But the third storyline was the Brotherhood of the Sea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which I found as I was actually going through that episode for stubby purposes. So it was very easy to drop it into certain categories.
I almost just blanked it out. I was going through that episode we were talking before. I think I blanked that whole storyline out. Like I didn't even read it back on the transcript. Just nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah. It was definitely a nothing burger, which, happens.
Thank God for Damon Wilson. Jeez. He saved big time. He doesn't even know what a superhero he is. Yeah.
That's true. He might know in a few weeks, in a scant month. All right. What else is on? CBS. Tim Conway, kind of established now at 8 o'clock. This week's guest star. Want to take any guesses? Who would be a guest star on a Tim Conway show in 1980?
Ooh, 1980. Maybe Carol Burnett. Maybe Carol Channing.
That's close enough. Barbara Mandrell. I
remember the Mandrell sisters. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They were huge.
More importantly, at 9, and we have talked about this show in the past. I believe we talked about it when it was on last season. From 9 to 11, it is Celebrity Challenge of the Sexes 5.
Celebrity. Wait a minute. So it's not just celebrities. It's a competition amongst the genders.
Men versus women. Yep. So this appears to be after Battle of the Network Stars, but it's the same concept except it's men and women.
Though. They're just being... I thought they did like the Circus of the Stars. I thought.
I think that's where this eventually led to. Yeah. So last year, if you remember, the coaches were Phyllis George and Dr. William H. Cosby. He was not asked back, I guess, this year.
Yeah. Where's Christopher when you need him? Come on.
The coaches this year, Robert Conrad and Victoria Principal.
Okay.
So as we talked about Dallas, Robert Conrad was in something that I don't think I ever ended up bringing up on the show, but it was on early in the season this year on Saturdays. A man named Sloan.
I don't know
no idea
about this.
Yeah. My guess is he was in something before that, like previous to this time, but
right.
Hell if I know what it was. Yeah, I know the name.
Really
yeah.
Have anything really associated with the name.
But I think I know the name from him being really good at Battle of the Network Stars, which is weird.
Possible. So, who knows?
More importantly, Mike.
Yeah.
I have the list of everyone who competed in Celebrity Challenge of the Sexes 5.
Excellent.
That also has been on a Love Boat so far.
Perfect.
And I have their event.
Ooh.
So I'm going to give you the actor or celebrity, as it were, and you just take a shot. These are
cast members or guests or both.
Looks like just guests. Oh. So now the quote unquote sports are various degrees of real, but I will let you have a guess. Kathy Lee Crosby.
Oh yeah.
What sport does she play? What sport does
she play? Well, they wouldn't let her do the sport. She could be like gymnastics. If she like football throwing. I don't know what kind of
doubles tennis, which is the sport that she was a pro at, which doesn't seem fair.
Is it? Well, give me the events. What events are there?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, you want all the events?
Yeah. Well, that way, like I kind of know where to put the people, because then it's if you say just the people, I mean, it could be horse.
Yeah, I know. All right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's just wrap this up. So her opponent in that one for tennis doubles was Pat Harrington, Schneider himself.
Did the other Packers yet hit a tennis ball wrapped up on his shirt?
He was cleaning up the posts that hold the nets up. So I'm not in it for money. I'm in it for love. So let me just point out, as we get to the stubbies and we are dying for part-time crew members, that Schneider finished second last year. He would have won this thing 10 times over already.
He covered his bear with part-time crew members this season.
All right.
Absolutely.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more guest stars that we're going to ask about. And here are the sports.
Wait, let me ask, how long was this show on for? An hour? Or
2 hours. 2 hours.
Wow, they packed a lot in 2 hours. Okay.
All right. Are you going to remember these?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. The 6 sports that you can guess from are ping pong, roller skating, dune buggy, kayaking, swimming, and cross country. The 6 guest stars are Jamie Farr.
Okay, hold up. Jamie Farr, dune buggy. Go ahead.
Incorrect. Scott Baio.
Swimming.
Incorrect. Although we did see him swim, didn't we, in the show? I mean, Vic Tayback.
He's not kayaking. I'm going to say roller skating, Mike. Please let me be right.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Melissa Gilbert, stubby winner. Melissa Gilbert.
Swimming.
Incorrect. The Hudson Brothers, some of your favorites.
The Hudson Brothers, are those the ones on the mopeds that weighed more than any other twins? Is that them?
No, the Hudson Brothers were those 3 guys that were in this year's episode that you hated. They kept jumping in each other's bed and stuff.
Those guys, I say cross country. You set them off in the woods and it's just comedy. Yes?
Incorrect. Incorrect. And your final incorrect guess, Joan Van Ark.
Joan Van Ark, we know she was a runner. We talked about that. She ran 14 marathons. So it won't be running. I'd say with her, it's going to be swimming.
You went over 6. That's almost. I'm impressed you remembered all the events. I will say that. Joan Van Ark.
Yeah.
Joan Van Ark, cross country. You should have trusted your instincts.
Yeah, but that's not fair. She's a marathon runner.
The Hudson brothers swimming. Melissa Gilbert, only because I guess skateboarding wasn't in the event. Kayaking. You should have gotten this one. Vic Tabak, dune buggy.
Yeah, because he's
Scott Baio, roller skating.
Yeah.
And Jamie Farr got ping pong. So
ping pong. Yeah. Well,
there you go. I would have watched that. I would have watched that.
Possible to do that. I'd watch it. Sure.
On NBC, honestly, I think I would have. I didn't hate this Love Boat episode. I think I would have watched everything else that was on tonight, though, because
I think so too. Again, didn't hate it, but yeah, I'm with you. Just the entertainment value. I think I would have gotten more
from
out of Vic Tabak and his dune buggying.
Hey, dinghy. He should have kayaked and yelled at the dinghy. That would have been great.
And he could have gotten him an award for, second appearance of the season. Could use another one of those too there.
Vic. Count. If that counted, we'd be doing a lot more bonus episodes in the next couple weeks. So. All right. From 8 to 10 on NBC, it's BJ and the Bear. And this is how it's listed in the thing. BJ and the Bear / The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo.
What?
So Lobo got a spinoff called The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo. He only appeared in like 6 episodes of BJ and the Bear. So I don't know if they knew it was going to be a spinoff.
Sheriff either. Remember, there was sheriff.
Well, that's why though, because he had to go get spun off, I guess, or misadventure.
Yeah, but it's weird when you have a show stapled to another one like that. Like you're not even that's not a very confident move for a new show.
Well, my guess, this isn't new. This has been on. So yeah, basically it seems like Lobo got 2 seasons and BJ got 3. It's interesting.
Well, we have a franchise here. We have a mythology.
Maybe. Now, just a little peek behind the curtain for you listeners. We are trying very hard to find a BJ and the Bear episode that we can watch. It is impossible to find BJ and the Bear. I do not know why. If we do find it, this might be one of them. Run for the Money. Okay, now stick with me on this one because a lot of realism.
Truckers again or no?
No, thank God it's not the Lady Truckers.
No frozen turkeys, nothing like that.
When BJ is arrested for the robbery of a Las Vegas casino.
Whoa.
Real Ocean's 11 shit. Lobo, who is hoping to win Lawman of the Year, sets out to find the stolen money.
Yeah, but they already got the stolen money. Why would Lobo give 2 shits,
Why? Having seen the beginning of Ocean's 11 when they're trying to explain how it's impossible to rob a Las Vegas casino, and you're going to tell me that BJ is just going to knock it over and then run off with his monkey and his giant truck?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because tractor trailers aren't known for their takeoff skill, takeoff sort of
right, quick exit. Yeah.
The other thing is, I would love to know. I would say there was a number associated. Like, what did he steal? $300? Like, well, how much?
$11 billion.
Well, he did have that whole truck full of money when he was hauling treasury notes. So
Ocean's 2. It's Ocean's 2. BJ and the Bear.
It is weird. I wonder what the reason is. I mean, I can find, anything. Steelhawk. What? Street Hawk. Find that in a jiffy. But
it's not as easy to find either. I did look, but we can find it if we don't want to speak English and watch it. There's a language I'm not quite sure what it is that we can watch Street Hawk on YouTube. So
sweet. My guess
it is weird though because it's like
heavy. Yeah.
Like
it is weird that we can't somehow just find. It's a weird thing why it's not on Amazon or whatever. Go ahead.
Another thing that would make this a interesting one for us would be the guest stars. Conchita Ferrell, one of our favorites.
Sure, we'd love her.
And a potential stubby nominee for this season, Slim Pickens.
Oh, okay.
So, if you know how to contact BJ and Bear.
Is it
ABC? Oh, God.
Is this the second season of BJ and the Bear that we're dealing with right now?
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah. And then next year,
right?
one more it's gone, and we won't talk about it anymore because it's moving to Tuesdays or something. So
interesting.
So I would imagine our last episode of the season will be the last time we talk about BJ in this context. So,
if it's on,
which is a shame. Maybe he was put to death for the robbery of the Las Vegas casino. So,
and that's it. Next year, it's just the Bear.
The Bear and Lobo. The Bear and the Misadventures of Lobo. We talked about how weird this season has been. Tonight on ABC Before the Boat is a good indication. 8:00. It's our old friend Angie, which I believe finished in the top 5 last season. It is running out the string of its 38 episode run. The last 2 episodes were actually burned off in July and August, which is the ultimate insult.
Oof.
If you don't remember Angie, that is the show where the Philadelphia diner waitress falls in love with a customer who turns out to be a billionaire, and they buy the diner, starring Donna Pescow, who was the Moon Expert's fiance last season, and the great Robert Hayes.
You've seen this show?
I've seen like a episode primarily because it took place in Philadelphia, and I went back and checked it out. But like, it was, 38 episodes is basically 2 seasons. Like, it's
absolutely.
And we are clearly in the ABC burning through sitcoms because we talked about the Ropers getting axed. And these are shows that were, once they got moved on their own, clearly didn't work out. So.
They weren't afraid to shuffle these shows around back then either.
No,
like, this is, work. They were like, see ya. Too much money at stake.
We have seen a lot. I feel like this probably isn't true, but I feel like we've seen a lot more shuffle on ABC in that 8:00 slot than we did the previous 2 seasons. Like, NBC hasn't moved. NBC hasn't moved at all. It's really been Chips and BJ all year. So,
remember Heart to Heart? It was the whole, remember Fantasy Island the last
year? I still don't know what that was about.
That was so weird, and it wasn't to see, like...
I wanted to bring up, because this will be either this week or next week will be our last opportunity to talk about a show I don't know that I've ever heard of. 8:30 on ABC, The Good Time Girls.
The Good Time Girls.
Yeah, and for a show in early 1980, I thought it was going to be one thing. And then you read the synopsis, and it's about 4 young women who are sharing a apartment in Washington, D.C. during World War II.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah. Ew. Just watch it. Like, what? Why wouldn't you move?
Why? They're not going to bomb Washington, D.C. Yeah, I would have moved to the Midwest. I agree.
We're into Kansas. Get out.
This was the 6th. This was the 6th of 13 episodes. The final 6 were also burned off in the summer. So again, ABC just burning through the catalog. I had never heard of this show, but you certainly have heard of some of the stars, Mike. Annie Potts, our good friend Annie Potts.
Yeah.
Who, I will say this, has had enough stuff come up this year that I'm kind of confident we're going to see her on the boat here in the next couple of years.
So I enjoy Annie Potts. She's great.
And as someone with a child who loves Toy Story, Annie Potts, very prevalent to this day. So, what's her name? Georgina Engel, who, of course, married Tyler Moore. And we saw her last season as the daughter of Stubing's friend who got hit on by the nerd with the book, right? So, the How to Pick Up Women book. So, that might have been 2 seasons ago. I'm not even sure now.
It's blurry.
And the third star was Lorna Patterson.
Why do I know that
Yeah.
name?
Lorna Patterson, Mike. Why do you know that name? And that was the same thought I had. And then I realized exactly why I know that name. Lorna Patterson was the second stewardess in Airplane, not Julie Haggerty. She's the blonde.
Okay.
She also went on to star in as the titular Private Benjamin in the TV series.
I remember it on CBS. Yeah.
Yep. And I would dare say, as I thought about this, maybe my first crush.
Really?
I think Private Benjamin was like on reruns a lot when I was a kid or whatever, but I just always had a thing for Lorna Patterson, and I don't know that I ever saw her in anything after Private Benjamin. So
good for you.
Yeah, I was surprised when I thought about that. I just hadn't thought about it in a very long time.
Interesting. I was for me.
It's interesting, but it's not the most interesting Lorna Patterson. It's not the most interesting Lorna Patterson fact, Mike.
Oh, let's go. All right.
She has been married since 1990 to a former Love Boat guest star. I believe a Stubby nominee.
Paul Williams.
And someone who you will know before I even finish his name. Any guesses?
Ooh, what season?
Last season. Season 2.
I mean, shit. It could be anybody.
I don't think I even have to say a word. I can just say, oh.
Not
Disco Joey. Disco Joey. Michael Lembeck.
Like, wait, is he doing Disco Joey? Disco Joey. Good for him.
Yeah. So, very exciting.
Good for them. Power couple.
I had to double check to make sure that was, in fact, Disco Joey, and it is. As it says in all caps when I found it. So,
all the best to the new happy couple.
All right, let's get the credits for this episode. Faye Piermont is played by Peggy Cass. This is her only boat. In fact, everyone on the show tonight is in their first Love Boat episode, which, considering we are almost through 3 seasons, that's actually pretty surprising. So,
take it for what it is. Yeah.
But last week we had all first timers, I believe, for the most part, and no names, right? So
no names. Yep.
We had more names this week, that's for sure, or at least people I knew.
I mean, but then, this was probably a pretty tame. You know what I mean? In comparison, well, that's why Ann B. Davis. I don't know how she got the snub. I mean, considering the cast this week, like what?
Ann barely used Davis. I would like to say IMDb, horrendous job with this. They cut and pasted all of the cast into a season 4 episode as well. So when you would look at somebody and it would say 2 episodes and I would click on it and it would just be clearly not them. So
we need a Love Boatopedia. That's what we need.
Well, your boy, the attorney from last week that you thought was going to be on, I don't think he showed up here either.
I see Byron Morrow listed as a character named Mr. Burroughs.
Did you see him, Mr. Burroughs?
But I don't know who that character was.
Yeah. So bad job, IMDb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Peggy Cass is best known for her Oscar-nominated supporting role as Agnes in 1958's Aunt Mammy, or Auntie Mame. Auntie Mame, sorry, which also starred Honest X, Forrest Tucker.
We love Honest X.
I do love the fact that we just basically have 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon now with all these. So
that's funny. Colonel Tom Parker himself.
Yeah. Ambi Davis, we've been talking about it. She plays Agnes. She is making her only Love Boat appearance, and that is barely. 100 and
when they were done, she just walked away. She was like, "Thanks, but no thanks." Ugh.
117 episodes of the Brady Bunch. Plus, according to IMDb trivia, which, I didn't go through and check all these, but I assume it's true. She and our good friend Florence Henderson are the only people to appear in all the Brady offshoots.
Wow.
What are all the Brady offshoots, Mike? Glad you asked.
I know a few.
All right, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh wow, that's 3 more than I thought. Okay, I know one of them is called the Brady Brides. That's the only one I
can correct.
say by name. Yeah.
Okay. We also have the Brady Bunch Variety Hour.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
We have the Brady Girls Get Married, which was a TV movie which led to the Brady Brides.
I remember that. I remember that TV movie.
We have a Very Brady Christmas.
Yep.
And then we have the Brady's, which I believe you brought up a couple years ago, which was that serious Brady's, remember? So,
trying to teach you
that didn't last very long.
Lessons. It was
Robert Reeves like, I'm good. So.
Well, and then they had that special one that was really, really serious. It was the Brady Bunch, but it was about James Brady. And it shows you just how dangerous.
God, Clifton Davis as Mr. Reeves. Never a first name, right? Never gave him a first name?
No first
Weird.
name.
Weird.
Only Boat. First name, no last name. Like what?
Seriously. Only Boat. That's very surprising. He appeared in
Davis, by the way.
I agree. Davis. So he appeared in 110 episodes of Amen with Sherman Hemsley, which was again set in Philadelphia. NBC, so that was like a big deal, you know. And I remember it was on Saturday night. And speaking of Saturday night TV blocks, 227, Amen, Golden Girls, Empty Nest, every Saturday. Like that's what it was.
Gold. Yep.
Yeah. So good stuff there. The big thing, this was probably stunt casting in some way. He starred as Clifton in That's My Mama, which was a show about the experiences of a Washington, D.C. barber.
Saw this, yeah.
And of course, his co-star in that, a young Ted Lang.
With no mustache.
No mustache.
Ted Lang.
Yeah. So that was fun. And they had a couple fun scenes together. Like you could clearly, I was going to say you can clearly tell they had chemistry, but Ted Lang has chemistry with everybody. So
Ted Lang's just the best. Yeah, he really is. It's nice to see him
get one.
Maybe not in a dramatic role, but he got some screen time this week.
Barely under the wire.
Yeah.
Shelley Fabares as Kathy, no last name. This is first of 3 votes for her. She'll be back in season 6 and 8. The season 8 episode, Mike, she plays a newly elected mayor who goes on the cruise ship with her campaign manager, who is played by Buddy Stanfield. So season 8, after Julie, we got to watch a Buddy Stanfield episode? No, thank you.
That's not cool.
You know what's funny? You know how you always say that you can't, like, don't think of Stu Bing as an actor, you think of Stu Bing as a person?
Yeah.
That's how I think of Buddy Stanfield. Like, I never actually write David Harridan or whatever his name is. Right. So,
yeah. No, I kind of, there's so many characters that are the same way with me. Like, Vincent Price is never.
Shelley Fabares, of course, played Hayden Fox's longtime girlfriend / wife on Coach, Christine Armstrong, in 199 episodes.
What a great show that was.
Coach was great, although I do think it ran out of gas at the end, if I remember correctly. But I will say this, Craig T. Nelson, who probably not getting him, probably too big. Yeah. An exasperated Hayden Fox was one of the great television characters of all time. He would just have some random rant about nothing in the like, just great.
His hair's flying. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was good until it got to be too much.
Great. Well, Screaming Eagles.
Remember he left and then he took a bigger college job, and I think that's sort of when like the show got big, and then he was moving to a bigger university.
No, he went to the pros. That's when it went down.
That's even worse.
He went to the pros. Yeah, that's way worse. Yeah, and then Mona came in as the team owner. It was not good. So
remember that. Oh wow!
I did not know this.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I did not know this, that Shelley Fabares appeared in like a bunch, like 38 episodes of One Day at a Time. which I did not know. So I went digging a little bit. Turns out she was the office rival and eventual business partner of Bonnie Franklin. So she is Team Stacy.
Wow. She is Team Stacy. Good call.
All right. The big thing with this episode, it's the Hoff. David Hasselhoff is here as Tom Bell. I mean, just maybe not since Richard Mulligan. I don't want to say Crane. Has somebody just come on the screen at 1,000 miles an hour?
There's no half stepping with early Hoff. I mean, it was
oh my God,
a lot.
I think in a good way.
Maybe it was his character. He was just in character because the way he was so aggressive. It was a lot of him. He's a giant person too.
Yeah. Oh, she's small too, I think.
But just
he carried himself like a guy who was on a sitcom or was on a soap opera and realized that this was a chance to get off the soap opera.
100%. He was like, what? I'll pop my shirt off. No problem. Like, look at my range.
This is one of only 2 boats. So we will not see Michael Knight back on here because the Hoff is back next season. Mike, I don't even think I can give you any hints into the episode that he's on next season. Pick a number between 1 and 5, and I will give you the 5. The Pointer Sisters. That's all you're getting. Sisters. That's all you're getting.
Oh, jeez. Okay. How about that episode? Okay. Uh-huh.
The Hoff played Dr. William Snappy Forrest on Young and the Restless. Knight Rider for 87 episodes. Baywatch for 219. Baywatch Nights for 45.
Jeez.
Gordon Jump. It was Bill Piermont. Oh, I forgot to wear my WKRP shirt. Nah. Second WKRPer. We've seen Lonnie Anderson twice. And we're going to see a lot of Mr. Jump. This is the first of 6 boats.
That's fantastic. He's great. He's so good.
You forget, right? And it took him a while to get warmed up in this episode. But once he started, it was like, oh, yep, that's Gordon Jump. Just doing Gordon Jump stuff. Just great. Just
nails it. Yeah.
He will be back for 6, 7, 8, 9, and the series finale where he plays a Mater D. A Mater D.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there you go. He also was one of the few WKR people that was on the reboot.
The new one.
Yeah, in the early 90s, which somehow lasted 47 episodes, but
they just wanted the old one. That's what that was.
Yeah, that's true. But I will say this. When I moved to Cincinnati, the first thing I did was go to that statue that's on the opening of the credits. Cool. So here is a fun fact for us.
Yeah.
He was in Growing Pains, which we were just talking about last week, where he played Joanna Kearns' father.
I did not remember that at all.
Me either. So there you go. It all ties in.
Interesting.
Bernadette Stanis plays Janet Reeves. This is her only boat. She appeared in 133 episodes of Good Times as Thelma Evans. So this is her. This is our second Good Times.
Yeah, JJ. Yeah, I don't think we're getting.
Oh wait, whatchamacallit? The lady who was in with
the neighbor.
No, the divorced couple. It was the one with Cleavon Little, where the kid was trying to get them back together, but they were like, "No, we don't get along."
Yeah.
Wasn't she from Good Times? I thought she was like the neighbor.
And maybe it was the woman who played Valona or Thelona.
Yeah. I think this is our third Good Times. So
yeah, I think
obviously JJ
too. Unless you get the guy that played Michael, who I couldn't even.
Yeah, you could get the kids later. I mean, honestly, it seems ridiculous because of who she turned out to be. We could get Janet Jackson. I wouldn't be stunned if we got like 1983 Janet Jackson.
No, I don't think it would be. I mean, she's already on network television.
Right. Exactly. Like a lot.
Right. It would just,
so
Interesting. That would be interesting to see if that happened.
Okay. And then Jane Withers, who plays Gladys, who was the sidekick for A&B Davis. This is her only boat. She was a child actress in the 30s, kind of in the vein of a Shirley Temple. It sounds like Shirley Temple had all that success, and then every studio just grabbed a bunch of little kids and tried to make them Shirley Temple.
Looking for the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I wish that Jane Withers and Ann B. Davis in this episode were like the two women that were in the
first season.
No, the second season, the Phantom.
Oh, Nancy Culp.
Smoocher. Yeah, like those.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to do that thing again. I mean, obviously different director, different episode, but it just didn't.
See, I think they were. I thought they were trying to go for that season 1 where Urich was on, and they kept hitting him with the purse.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But either way, it did not match up.
No.
So I just don't think it was needed. Like if you're gonna have,
it wasn't needed.
Yeah, it just didn't hit.
Like
which is funny. They've had they're you know what's funny? They've missed on their runners this year. Because remember the Don Knotts episode where there was that solo woman? Like they haven't hit the runners this year. I wonder if whoever was in charge of the runners got fired. But
it's a little just off.
Jane Withers, best known, which is not great, but best known as Josephine the Plumber in the 1960s Comet Cleaner commercials.
No kidding.
Which I looked up to see if it was anything I remembered. It is not, because it is definitely the 60s. Just funny to see like a commercial for like 90 seconds about cleaning products. But
weird. It is weird.
Anything to add before we get on the boat?
No, it's weird. It's weird. No, having watched this episode multiple times and then looking at this guest list, like what happened? You got all these people here. You got all these players. I just feel like they mismanaged the people this week. Not a terrible episode, but like Jane Withers, been Ann B. Davis. I think something happened, man. Somebody got the wrong script in the mail or something, but it just seemed off.
I will say this because we had a delay in recording, and so I was going to watch it again today, which would have been my third watch, which I don't normally do unless it's like a 2-parter. And I didn't, in part because I felt like my second watch made me like it a lot less than the first watch, and so I thought maybe transitive property, it was going to be worse the third time. So I do think this is one. Remember I shouldn't even say that because they were okay, but it's like, I do think there's a point where, and as we get closer to our childhood, like real childhood, where it's like, these are just people I like and know. And so therefore I'm just automatically going to like it more because I like Gordon Jump and hey, it's David Hasselhoff and I love Clifton Davis and there's Coach's wife, it's like, whereas this exact same episode with the exact same performances, but no names, probably wouldn't like it as much. So, which to your point is,
but then it's got to stand on its legs are only its story, not its that's sort of like, not emotional, but some sort of connection to these characters, whether it's Clifton Davis or even Bernadette Stanis, like any of these people.
Listen, very little happens in this thing. They do a lot of setup and then nothing really happens. I don't think I realized that when you never realize it when you're first watching it. No. But when you go back the second time and it's like, all right, it's the middle of Act 2. I know where it ends. What are we doing here for the next 25 minutes? I definitely checked the clock this time, which we did not do last week. So,
but it was definitely, especially with the Clifton Davis, Bernadette, that whole, at the end, I was like, where are we now?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's the 20s, right, of the season. It's episode in the 20s. It's still that thing. I'm not sure. I don't want to.
No, it's not a bad episode, but I also think it's that thing. And I also think it's that thing where the middle of the season was so bad for the most part that we are calling these good or okay or fine when, it's just not bad. So, which is fine.
Conditioned for the worst. So
it hasn't been a good season. It just hasn't been. Like, not aggressively bad, but just not good. Like, I think
I felt like aside from a few episodes, whether it's the Steubing, reuniting with Vicky, that whole
Steubing's brother.
Yeah, there was a lot of coasting.
Yeah, very uninspired season, I would say, for the most part, except for the 2-parters, which are great. So who knows? Maybe the 90-minute next week it'll knock our socks off. All right, let's get on the boat. A frantic Isaac is looking around the lobby, and he finally ends up asking Julie if a Janet Reeves has boarded yet. Turns out that Janet is a former classmate and a famous model actress. Isaac hasn't seen her in years. Mike, they were classmates in first grade? Can you name one student that you went to school with in first grade? Like,
not a one. Not a one. I don't know if you'd even consider that a classmate at that point.
I have a pretty good memory for that kind of stuff, but I also basically had the same classmates from first grade through 8th grade, and then some in high school, and then some in college. Like, so it was like, I don't think somebody who left in first grade, even if they became famous, I don't know, unless there was like an article that said they went to this school. It's like, right. So
there's no, and that's funny too, having moved around a lot. It's like, I couldn't tell you.
Maybe you're Janet Reeves.
Could be.
Speaking of her, here they are. Janet and her husband, Mr. Reeves.
He's always got his guard up. I'm not going to give you my first name. My first name is Mr. Last name is Reeves. Yeah.
Maybe it's Christopher. Julie is a fan, but eventually gives out their room assignments. Promenade 104, as Isaac is hiding behind everybody like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Like he's going to get recognized. Number one, you have a mustache. And number two, you're wearing a tuxedo. Probably you had neither one of those things in first grade, sir. I think you're safe.
What if he did?
He dressed like a disco owl in first grade. Like, just don't let her go into the
it was 1951. So. Doc tells Isaac that it's wise to be shy around athletic-looking husbands because he hates burials at sea, too splashy. Doc quickly joins Gopher to start checking out ladies.
Doesn't take long.
Nope. And they kind of start doing like a 2x2 kind of thing and all this, and it's pretty ham-fisted, but they spot one lady, Shelley Febreze, who is there by herself, and Bricker's like, see, there's someone who's there to relax, not for romance. The Doc would be wrong, because out of nowhere comes David Hasselhoff.
Like a specter.
And just tries to remove her tonsils.
Good Lord, man. Just...
So I know you don't like that.
No, like, come on, man. The other thing that's weird is I thought that even from his introduction in the episode, I thought that he came across so aggressive and then later on he came across so desperate. I just thought, I guess Tom Bell is nowhere near as sort of, I don't know, confident as David Hasselhoff was, because that's the one thing I didn't get. Like, why did you just,
I think despite the fact that I like both these people and I liked the performances of both these people, I think it was terrible casting for what they were trying to go for.
Yeah, same here.
Because
he was too much man for the role.
Because they were trying to portray an age difference, and they didn't look that different in ages. And then you have a guy like, you're right, Hasselhoff, who just, what they needed to have was a guy who was acting like a 20 whatever year old, and having that confidence, but it was clearly like covering up desperation or insecurity or stuff like that. They just didn't have that because you had friggin' David Hasselhoff on 15, so.
Or, and I think the easiest thing to fix this would be if we would switch Ann B. Davis and let her play Kathy. You want older? We'll give you older. We'll give you Ann B. freaking Davis. We'll give you Alice
Ann B. Davis,
herself.
Hasselhoff. Oh my God! What a power dude
all over Alice. Yeah.
Julie welcomes the Piedmonts or Piermonts. I don't trust IMDb anymore. And Steubing makes sure to lend his special brand of Walmart greeter charm. The lady Piedmont asks a bit of a question of the captain. She's like, "Hey, quick question. Could you tell me when we get to the deep water? Like, what time is that?" And Steubing's like, "Oh, we'll be out of port soon." She's like, "No. The really deep, really deep water."
So weird.
Steubing's an idiot. He doesn't really understand where he's going, so he just says 8:30.
That's a great answer. That's great. That's wonderful. What a responsible response.
So
8:30. Great.
Mrs. Piedmont kind of says thank you and leaves. Now Julie definitely understands what's happening here. So she's like, I'll keep an eye on it. I still don't think Steubing got it. Even when the music changed, I don't think he got it. So
he didn't get it when Vicky said, "Oh, I thought she was going to take old El Divo."
Yep.
He still didn't get it.
Once again, great Vicky, not in this much at all, but she definitely scoped it out. You know, that's what happens when you're a part of a cult at age 12, you know.
Apparently, just yeah, no kidding. Yeah, how about just zero awareness? Like, if you're not going to drive the boat, then maybe you should up your awareness level if you are the quote unquote
right.
captain.
Like wouldn't you always be on guard about people jumping off that boat?
I would think so.
Like, this woman is clearly asking about weird. It's like, do you know where all the knives are? Like,
no kidding. Where's all the ammunition? Huh? Nothing.
Seriously.
Rope?
We'll get to security. We'll get to security later, Mike.
Security. Sure.
All right. Gopher is talking to a couple of olds, Gladys and Agnes, who are concerned about the raunchy parties that are going to be right near their cabin on this trip. Well, Gladys is concerned. Agnes is all about it.
Yes, bring it on.
Agnes was a bit of a horn dog. And be horny.
Could be. I mean,
speaking of horny, horn. And then that makeout couple, Tom and Kathy, they're checking into their room for the trip. The trip, we conveniently find out, Mike, 5 days. Thank you, Mr. Hasselhoff.
That's nice. I like it when
they haven't called that out. I think we usually have to do all the math on that. It's kind of outrageous.
It's nicer when they just be honest with us. Wouldn't you think they'd have?
Kathy lays out.
Wouldn't you think they'd have some sort of like? Was there no themed night on this cruise? It's a 5-night cruise.
I mean, we were barely at dinner.
That was the quickest 5. Is he lying? Like, are they just on a 3-day? Because it didn't feel like a 5-day cruise.
Because there was really, like, they got off at Puerto Vallarta, I think, maybe, but like there just wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't a lot to market. I was surprised when they were on the last night that they hadn't really. Again, nothing happened.
Nothing really happened. Yeah.
So Kathy lays out a lot of the plot for us. We find out that they are coworkers. They're both attorneys. And they've kind of been dating on the sly for a while because they assume that the old firm wouldn't want them hooking up, and so they're trying to keep it on the sly. But they've been dating for a year, Mike. A year.
They're not dating. She was married to somebody. Something.
That's the thing. They're not dating.
Story going on with this thing. That's why I didn't think the story would match the confidence level of these two.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Right. Well, the other thing is, too, it's interesting because it is kind of a flip, right? This is usually the woman is pursuing the man who doesn't want the relationship. So, look, appreciate that. I agree. The age and the fact that it's a confident Hasselhoff does make it a little harder to swallow. And again, they haven't really laid out the reasons that Kathy has for being a little hesitant, but she comes off as, it's funny. Kathy should have come off as the confident person.
Yes.
And Tom should have come off as the bit of the reticent one, because like Kathy is the older person, should have been like, no, I'm cool with this, fuck buddy relationship essentially. Right. And I don't want any more.
Well, she'd be like, I was married until we started, this secret relationship. I don't want to get married again. That's what I think really happened here.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair, counselor.
How would work?
Terrible.
No, I object. I'm just saying. Order in the court.
Have you ever dated at work?
Have I ever dated at work? Yes.
Did you have to keep it a secret? I feel like if you can't remember, it's probably a no. So
no. It was a yeah. I'm just it's the definition of dating.
Gotcha.
Is what I'm trying to. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a courting thing.
You didn't go on the Love Boat?
No. It's too public. You know what I mean? You don't want to. Yeah.
Ultimately, Kathy's like, listen, I'm happy the way things are. Just want to have some dinner and some dancing, and
right.
I like it. I like it the way things are. And Tom's like, of course, I agree. And then she goes into the bathroom. And he whips out a wedding ring, and he's like, we'll see about that.
Dude.
Tom, you cad.
You just. This guy.
It's happened. Now, I'm not an attorney, and therefore I didn't have attorney money when I bought an engagement ring. But TV is great at people buying engagement rings on spec. And that feels like a huge purchase to make without having nailed that down. So.
Yeah. Right. You must be doing pretty well if that's just like, I'll just pick one.
Or that is a trash ring, sir. One of the others.
Cardboard ring. Well, remember he says it later on.
Maybe he wasn't joking.
I can't take this thing back. All right.
Mrs. Piedmont's on the rail. Uh-oh. Guess this is the end of this episode.
We must be at deep water. Okay.
She's looking at the ocean. Vicky shows up to, grab her leg, basically. So Vicky does a good job of kind of saying, the water looks nice up here, but, it's no fun going in.
Julie was like, it looks cold from up here, but it's really warm. You don't even feel the water when you hit it.
It's a lot closer than you think, too.
Warm. Yeah. It's not
Mr. Piermont follows up when Vicky leaves and tells his wife that, if you're not feeling great or whatever, it's the first day is always the roughest and she'll be fine tomorrow. Everything will be fine tomorrow. And she's like, it sure will be. They do all this to a bit of that like TV movie of the week after school special.
Yep.
They were
trying to hook you, man.
Do you think they went too long with it or not long enough? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I guess I'm just like
one or the other. You have to commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you go a little bit longer with it. But I think they just kind of hedged their bets where it was like, if you're going to do it, do it.
Do it. Right. Listen, I don't expect her to jump over the boat.
No.
And ultimately, if you're going to get to this thing, but it just seems like I don't like that they were kind of playing.
No, because she's like,
she's not suicidal at all. Like no, she's
not suicidal at all. Like that's what the whole thing is. And how would, Faye Piermont be completely oblivious to the fact that how all of this would sound to the layman?
Yeah.
That's what's like.
Yeah, there should have been. Well, and I guess it's that thing where I don't know that they think this far ahead about what they have in the episode, but it's like you already have a misunderstanding, overhearing thing in the other plot. So I guess you couldn't do two that hard, but it's like, I don't know. I just don't think like, suicide on a boat. Like, you don't like guns on the boat. I don't think I like all this suicide chatter.
No, I don't either. Like, I don't even like when it's alluded to because it just you're killing my mojo. It's the love boat.
Yeah.
Like what do we?
It's very offhanded. It's very offhanded.
Yeah,
it's not the suicide boat. It's not.
No, but how clueless is Bill Piermont? He's just nothing. He's not picking up on this. He's like, don't listen to anything. She's crazy. Nothing. Doesn't even register.
Poor the big guy. All right. Well, speaking of tuned in husbands, Mike Taylor as Clifton Davis. So, we are in the Reeves cabin and Janet is showing off one of her sexy outfits. But Mr. Reeves doesn't have time for that, Mike, because it is hockey time.
That's right. He is hockey on the radio either.
He is trying like hell to get the Rangers Bruins game in on a radio on the boat. in the Pacific Ocean.
Well, they're not in deep water then.
Well, it turns out that you can't even get that game on the radio because all they play is music. That's all that's piped in. And Janet knows this because she called ahead. She's pretty smart, Mike, but Mr. Reeves is smarter because he brought his own radio.
He did. A giant radio, too, not a small one.
So it's clearly not the first time this happened. Janet's like, all right, I'll let you go this time. He's like, I promise we'll do something after this big Rangers Bruins game. Clifton Davis has to have his pucks.
I remember texting you on my honeymoon as I was sitting back at day one of my honeymoon watching Monday Night Raw in Jamaica. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
But Clifton Davis and the Love Boat themselves are damn liars, Mike, because on April 19th, 1980, the New York Rangers were not playing the Boston Bruins. They were getting shut out in Game 3 of the quarterfinals against your Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, wow.
Flyers would go on to lose the Stanley Cup final to the Islanders in controversial fashion. But they've won so many Stanley Cups since then. So this posits that the NHL had a national radio contract in 1980, which does not feel realistic. So,
off the coast of California, like
right.
in a 5-day cruise,
or
like in deep
or
water.
Whatever station the Rangers were on had really good signal.
What, the FAN?
It's 5 billion watts of radio sound.
Jeez.
All right. We are poolside as Gopher checks in with Mr. Piermont, who is shocked at all the scantily clad women around this pool, Michael.
They were turning it up right around him. I will say that the scantily clad bikini ladies thing is really, every week it's getting a little more egregious. Just they're really kind of letting go with it. Like, I guess bikinis equal ratings, but I just feel like we're seeing a lot more of it this season than we did in the past too.
Does it feel like it's that thing where it almost just feels like a casting call, right? Like that's just,
yeah.
Like for all they have no problem filling out those scenes. They can't give me 3 other people in white outfits to pretend they're crew members.
Or a first name.
First name, yeah. This leads, of course, to Gladys doing the same thing when she's speaking to Agnes about all these scantily clad women, saying some of these bikinis cost $50 a pop, and old Ann B. Davis starts looking for $50.
Look at her. She's ready to look at her.
I will say this. Criminally underused, very derivative. She was good in what she did. Like, I think she hit all the lines they gave her. It was just,
oh, absolutely.
Who cares?
Gave her just.
It could have been Ann been anybody.
It was so unnecessary, that role. It really added nothing to the story or the episode as a whole. I mean, it wasn't, it was just like they were just witnesses.
Yeah.
But not even witnesses. Just weird.
Isaac is bartending, and thank God he yelled loud enough to tell this people to come back and get their limes that he forgot. Like, what was that drink? Like a rum and lime, and you forgot that, Isaac?
It looked like more limes than rum.
Here.
I mean, by far.
I love that too, when a bartender just hands me limes out of his hand.
In a knife.
We used to go to a place Mexican place. We used to go to a Mexican place where I would get like Tecates or who knows, Pacificos, some Mexican beer. And they would put a lime in the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And we would end up using the same glass a lot because I don't think we were paying for the drinks or whatever. But by the end of the night, it would just be, I could count all my beers with the limes.
All things lime.
Dios mío. Gopher pops around and asks Isaac if he's talked to Janet yet, but he doesn't want to bother her, man.
No, you don't want to mess with
But Gopher will bother her, and he goes over to talk to Janet Reeves. Somehow, and we kind of talked about this already, Janet remembers Isaac from first grade.
Or she's really nice.
Even his last name.
Because you remember the last name. And Although he's
exactly.
Say Isaac Washington, Oakland, California. Oh, who knows?
I went here for first grade. I was in a play with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it turns out they were also in a play together. Janet played Ladybug, Susie Sunshine Gardner, while Isaac was a dewdrop. I was a narrator in almost every school play.
Really?
Because I was the best reader. I feel like they really hamstrung. I got typecast pretty quickly. They didn't let me act. Man.
So, let you out of that announcer. I was grumpy in the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in kindergarten, and then later on I wrote a play in second grade after Reagan got shot. I played Ronald Reagan. Yeah. Double R. You know,
wait, is this real?
Yeah, no, this is real. It's 100% real. Yeah.
Is this the James Brady episode? This is the James Brady episode.
Adjacent. It's James Brady adjacent, but no. Yeah. It was a whole thing.
I can't title the episode James Brady is Jason, but I really want to.
I mean, that's fun.
Oh,
James
God.
Brady, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, these two remember they were classmates. I don't know how. I mean, like I said, but good for her. She does remember. And just then the phone rings. Isaac picks it up and hey, it's for Janet, because that's how phones work on this boat.
Yeah, I thought ship to shore was like a whole freaking ordeal you had to set up and everything else. They can just call and be like.
I feel like calling in we've seen a lot more, because remember when Michelle Lee had all those fake calls. Mm-hmm. So I feel like calling in is easier than calling out. I don't know why, but this was clearly a very important call from our agent because they didn't talk about anything.
Yeah. Just you bothering her on vacation to talk nothing. Yeah.
The agent calls and Janet basically tells him that, oh, yeah, Mr. Reeves is doing what he does. He loves his pucks, loves the Rangers or the Bruins, and neither of whom made the Stanley Cup Finals in 1980. But I can't believe it. He used to care about me, used to dote on me. And man, he would get jealous at any man who would even look at me. And then those wheels start spinning, Mike.
There we go.
Those lady wheels start spinning. And she said, I might have a plan here. And she says, I'll talk to you tomorrow, agent. Then she goes over, gives Isaac a little bit of a smooch.
No, it's a problem.
And we get a Isaac face to go to commercial. He is stunned by this. Especially because, first grade is not when you have a torrid affair. So
when you were watching this episode, at this point of the first break of the episode, what were your thoughts? Were you thinking, oh boy, I kind of know what this is? Where were you?
Yeah, with that storyline, yeah. Like that storyline to me was like, okay, this is gonna. No, I didn't know how they were gonna land it, but yeah, ultimately, Mr. Reeves didn't seem like a jealous type. He seemed like a distracted type, right? So yeah. But I was just happy Isaac was getting some work, honestly.
Completely.
And again, that almost falls into what I said about the guest stars that we like. It's just I was happy to see Isaac get some stuff because it's been so thin for him this season.
Slim pickings this season,
yeah, not the slim pickings. Not turkey in the straw.
No, sir.
Act 2, we are in the dining room as an army of red jackets waiters surrounds the Pierpont table. So many red coats. That's the thing. They've decided to use all their extra budget on waiters, but not real waiters. Just these thematic waiters.
Where's Sid the waiter? Like they need a waiter. And the other thing with this, I don't know if you noticed, so I'm looking at the food. It was like a buffet, but instead of like people coming up and putting the food on their plate themselves, the waiters were putting the food on the plate. And I'm like, what? What?
That's a great buffet though. Let me get some of that. Let me get some of that.
That's what it is. Like an automated buffet. Like, what do you yell from across the room? Yeah, I don't know how that works, but it was such a weird.
That looks good.
Very a fancy. Like,
No.
it was weird. Yeah.
But ironically enough, Mr. Piermont thinks that he's not dressed up fancy enough, and that they'll probably do a little better tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Mrs. Piermont excuses herself. She needs to run back to the cabin to get a wrap. She smooches Gordon Jump on the way out, and he's like, what will people think? They'll think I love my husband or something like that. So they're establishing that, this is a loving marriage, which the synopsis would not have you think.
Or they'll think that she kissed her husband before she jumped off the rail, like over into the deep water. It's one of those two things is going to happen.
So she's on her way out the dining room, and she runs into Julie, and Julie's like, hey, just so you know, ding dong, it's 8:30. We're in the deep water. Boat's not shaking, so no worries here.
Thanks, Julie. Why did you?
Mrs. Piermont. Julie did the best she could. This should not have been Julie's responsibility. There is a doctor on the boat.
Follow up. Let her know when they arrive safely in the deep water. Like, she didn't need to do that. She just keep an eye on.
So if you're gonna cut yourself, Mrs. Piermont's like, I need to talk to someone. I'm losing my nerve. Julie's like, huh? I need to throw something overboard. Me. And then she runs off.
How is
Julie
taking us to commercial? Good Lord, what a cliffhanger that would have been.
Good point. And I think the fact that they rolled into the second act actually makes me like, this is where you had to go 3 acts with it.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Julie took a beat before she went after her. But she did eventually go after her. So
I don't know what she's going to do. She's going to go over there and go, hey, it's just past 8:30. We're going to be out of the dark water or the deep water soon. If you want to do it.
She's going to be like, get in line, sister. I've had a terrible season.
No kidding. Why are you writing the word Chanot over and over again with a pocket knife? No reason. That's quite a name to repeat writing with a pocket knife, too.
Here, can you throw this over? It's just Jack Chanot's body.
This was this is his new wedding ring on his stupid.
It's his new wife. Turn this boat around, Steubing. Turn it around. Tom and Kathy are headed to dinner, but that ring is burning a hole in Hasselhoff's pocket, so he pops it out. Kathy hesitates, but Tom doesn't need to wait on an answer, at least not now. Little dinner, a little bit of wine. Surely she'll turn that hesitation into a yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially if you make sure she has no room to breathe. Just
nowhere to go.
Yeah, stick your body on her, just don't let her move without you. You see how they were sitting on the same side of the table thing? Ooh.
Oh, God.
God, I hate that.
Yeah, no bueno there. Not a fan of that.
Bad manners, though, right? Isn't that? I mean, I would.
Well, it's not bad manners. I just don't like it. Like,
Is it bad manners, though?
No, I don't think it's bad manners. Why?
Like,
to sit on the same side of the booth with somebody?
Yeah. Isn't that,
but why is it bad manners? I don't like it.
Like
but,
table manners. I don't know. I just wouldn't think. Like if there's.
Well, it's never like people who don't know each other. You're saying like, as a married couple, when you were dating.
Yeah.
If your wife, then wife, or now wife, was sitting on the side,
right,
and you sat down next to her, she would be in every right to say, go sit on the other side.
No, I'm just saying, like, the manor police would probably come out and say something, or your waiter would be like, I don't know. I just always thought it was not cool to do that.
I mean, I agree with you, but I don't think it's manners. I don't know. I'm very hung up on the fact that it's manners. So.
Or like, just like an etiquette. Like if you ask Miss Manners, is it okay to sit? Guarantee Miss Manners.
Oh, okay.
Like, no.
See, here's my thing is I don't like it because if it's just two people and we're having a conversation, I got to now do this. Like that's
yeah,
dumb.
It doesn't make sense. Have I done it? Yeah, I've done it.
Oh, I've done it. I've done
I'm
it.
happy about it, but I've done it. Yeah.
Tom actually says that he wants Steubing to officiate the wedding.
Like, whoa. That's what I'm saying is it doesn't even match. A guy looking like the Hoff does in this scene It doesn't make any sense that he wants to get married like this second. It makes no sense. Look at him.
Yeah, you're right. The casting and the confidence that the casting implies definitely didn't help. Yeah.
Or you got to make Kathy older.
Like significantly older. Yeah.
Make her look older or something.
Yeah. She should have been Ginger Rogers.
Well, for a show that likes to play with ages, they just didn't do a good job here with this couple in particular.
Well, here's the thing. Okay.
Be up for couple of the year or duo.
I have it later. No, I agree. I have it later. What do you think the actual age gap is between the two actors?
I think Hasselhoff was probably in his maybe 3 years older than him, 2 years older than him.
8. It is 8 years.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but I just don't think it's the right. I just don't think it's the right people. They needed somebody who looked younger than Hasselhoff, or to your point, older than Shelley Fabares.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they had Jane Withers right there, but Peggy Cass too. Anyway, yeah.
But she had to play the plumber from the cleaning commercial.
100%. She was busy that day.
Julie tracks down Mrs. Piermont. She doesn't like throw her body in front of the rail, but she does get to her. And don't worry, Mrs. Piermont's not going to kill herself. At least they didn't play like a musical, like.
I mean, I'm glad they told us it like 18 minutes into the episode.
You know, if I turn the channel, I assume she's dead.
Well, you wouldn't recognize her. You turn the channel and come back and be like, "Who's that lady?" Not in a
That's true. She doesn't want to kill herself. She just wants to kill the quote old Faye Piermont. She and Bill have been married for nearly 20 years now, and you know what? All her other friends that have been married that long, they're not married no more, Mike. People get bored. People get stale. They need to spice it up.
Couldn't she have done this at home? Why did you need to come on a ship to get to change your outfit? Like,
hey, do you ever hear like a storage unit?
Just put it on. You got to go to deep water to throw away some clothes. Just hang them up. You might want to put them on another time. I don't know why this is so dramatic.
Is there not a Goodwill? Like it's
the Love Boat. It's not the wardrobe boat. This has nothing to do with love. What are we doing?
It's not the wardrobe boat. You are correct.
It's just ridiculous, Faye. Come on.
She's been secretly putting on contacts to get ready to get rid of those Coke bottle glasses that she had. And, you know, contacts in 1980 were probably not great. So,
like hubcaps. It was just giant. Ooh,
but
I can't even imagine.
She's got some new clothes and she's not sure what Bill will think. But advice columnist Julie McCoy is back.
Ooh, she needs to discontinue that column immediately.
And she says that she should go for it. And who better to ask about?
You know what? Whatever Julie says, do the opposite. Just run the other direction. Jeez.
There should be an ABS system for Julie's advice. Like it just.
She needs an escort. So if she starts giving advice, that person goes, "Don't listen to anything that she's saying." Just
Julie, you know what? I will listen to you in season 4, honey. But this year has not been good for you. It's just
not in season 3.
All right, back in the Reeves cabin, Janet is hatching her devious plan to make Clifton Davis jealous. Problem is, Mr. Reeves isn't paying attention because Gopher got some extra headphones from the radio room, and now he can't hear a damn thing except for Rangers Bruins action.
He's happy. Look at him. Look how happy.
He is happy.
Reeves is.
Shouldn't the radio room like need the extra headphones? Like, what happens if we've seen a lot of problems in the radio room?
Guys, like I hear great. Give them away, and when you're done, throw them overboard.
Throw them with Faye Piermont's clothes.
No kidding. In the deep water, the dark.
I'm gonna kill myself. I mean, the old headphones.
Yeah. Where's the dark? Where's the deep water? Why? So you can, no. I need to throw away an outfit or two.
Yeah, I mean, you really could have. If you're going to just throw them out and you really want to throw it into the water, you don't need it to be in the deep. Nobody, there's not going to be a search and rescue for your shawl, man. Put
it in the fucking garbage can. There you go. Like, what's wrong with you?
Give it to people. People need clothes.
You don't
seriously
don't dump it in the ocean like it's some sort of bottle of ketchup. Are you
crazy?
That's not.
It's not a Salvation Army, Faye. Come on.
Sharks aren't going to eat that polyester. Come on. You're just being mean, Faye.
It just lands on Ketchup Island.
It kills so many animals.
Oh, so many. My God.
Trapped
She's like worse than the Exxon Valdez.
And she brought her entire... Yeah, how many clothes did she throw out? Just one? She threw out her entire wardrobe.
Plus, like, unless it's a heavy outfit, like if you throw it, she can't throw it that far.
It's going to get caught up in the propeller.
Or might just real problem. The boat exploded.
Boat exploded. Leaves us vulnerable to pirates. Unbelievable. Faye doesn't give two craps about anyone else on this boat.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
She sucks. Yeah. Villain of the week. Faye.
Did not see that coming.
I didn't either.
The upshot, and this is the upshot of most of this plot, is that Janet Reeves is in the other room pretending to either have a conversation with Isaac or talk about Isaac in a way where it'll make Mr. Reeves jealous. Problem is, of course, Mr. Reeves is very deep into Ron Duguay. I don't even know who's on the Rangers in 1980, but so
Chris Jericho's dad, didn't he play for him back then?
Dick Herman. I think he might have been a little older. So I think John Davidson is the goaltender and not the guy from That's Incredible.
Oh, that's my ears perk up. What?
Problem is, Gopher does not have giant headphones on, so he's hearing all this, including the part where Janet says that Isaac is all hands. That's why they call him the octopus. And I'm thinking, like, they call me octopus in first grade because he was all hands. Like,
yeah, what kind of? That's why they were split up. Isaac went to a different school after that happened. We don't talk about that. Jeez.
He's all hands and not the ones that you put in paint and then hang on the fridge. So,
and the thing is, too, is Gopher was there when they basically got reintroduced to each other.
Yeah.
He was there. So it's like he clearly saw Isaac. I don't know. It was a weird.
Yeah, Gopher
guys that know each other so well.
Right,
Gopher who Isaac was.
Right, Gopher didn't not believe it enough for me.
Like, like what?
And why not just be like, "Hey, man, you hooking up with the lady?" And then Isaac's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And that's the end of the plot. So.
If he did that, though, then the mini story with Agnes and Gladys would be a moot point.
Oh no. The more we talk about this, the more I don't like this episode. I did not think this was going to happen. I am glad I didn't watch it again, though. All right. Faye's on the rail again. Jesus Christ. She's like a slot hockey.
Away and go to bed, Faye. Like, how hard is it?
They got the money's worth out of that rail set this week.
Good Lord.
All right. So now she's finally chucking stuff. Not since Chef Borgia have we seen so much stuff get tossed overboard. Bill shows up because his wife's been gone for hours. Bill finally shows up, asks a lady if he's seen, his wife. Turns out that lady is in fact his wife. He can't believe it. Faye's new fancy outfit, no glasses, and an attitude to match.
Well, imagine he goes back to the room thinking Faye's going to be there. Not only is
there's just Milton Berle's hat.
All of her clothes are gone. All the suitcases are empty. Like, what? What happened? Yeah.
Yeah. Long story short, the point is that she's worried because all these other people got divorced, and so she wants to be more adventurous, or what'd she call it? The fluff and fold set. Like, it was just, but basically she wants to spice things up with her wardrobe, and she wants Bill to match. And so she takes this tie and throws it into the drink as well.
Isn't waiting until you go on a friggin' cruise, bringing your wardrobe and throwing it in the water. It's like, look at me. I'm careful in the dark in front of nobody.
It's not just that, man. Like, was there, what was the equivalent of like, have a yard sale? Let's get some money back on this stuff.
Something.
Leave your metaphors at home, Faye. That radio station is failing. Have you not seen? Andy Travis can only do so much.
What do you even do? How can you afford to be gone for 5 days right now? No. Faye.
They do eventually smooch. And Gordon Jump's like, let's head back to the cabin and I'll give you a Gordon Jump.
She's like, my eyes. These contacts burn my eyes. And he's like, shut up. Shut up. I like this. I like your eyes better now. Shut up. Shut up, Faye.
All right, late night, and Tom is trying once again to get Kathy to agree to his proposal. They can even wake up the captain. I'm sure he's a light sleeper. Tom, did you not see the episode with the fortune teller? He is not a light sleeper.
Is Kathy a millionaire or something? Like he just wants to get married so he can throw her off the, like, I don't know what is the hurry?
He loves her, man.
Nobody, I mean, come on.
Oh, stop it. You're telling me if when you proposed, if your wife was like, you would have been like, cool. Now. You would have been cool with waiting a couple days. Yeah. I've seen you be way more impatient over way less.
These are all very good points. It is true. You know what it is again? I think it's the weird casting.
It is.
Like the
it really is.
It's like weird. It's like,
yeah. I was focused on the age part, and I think that's true, but you are really nailing the confidence level that Hasselhoff brings, not just as the Hasselhoff that we would eventually know, like how we're coming into it. Right. I just think how he's playing it. He is playing it.
I mean, it's
hard.
It was weird.
It is. He's so much. And I feel like Shelley Fabrice is probably playing it a little understated. Like maybe if she was a little bit more and he was a lot less, or somebody else, but she's not exactly coming off as confident at all. It's weird. You're right. I hadn't thought about that, and you're absolutely right.
Or maybe it was just they were overthinking it to put this giant nuance in the episode to be like, we're gonna have this guy. He's a good-looking guy, but where he's not going to be as confident. You know what I mean? I could see him doing that too. It's just, I think it was Hoff. Hoff was they didn't know, Hoff was too good for this. He was too, you can't put Hoff
I agree. All right. We get a Three's Company episode here in the middle.
We really do.
Janet is again trying to make Mr. Reeves jealous, and so she's really ramping up the Isaac passion chatter, and even starts pretending that he's like tearing her dress off, and it's really getting ribbled. Of course, the only person who hears this is Gladys and Agnes. They look out the door. They don't see anybody, but I'm sure that'll come up at some point. Janet wrecked herself, man.
Yeah, she's selling. Good for her.
She's a good actress. She is a good actress. Janet Reeves is an excellent actress. Clifton Davis loves his pucks. So when she comes into the room, he's like, how long were you on the deck? So
I love it.
That's a whole
eating snacks. He's sitting in his room.
Yeah.
He's just like, this is great.
That's a whole act of a television show on television.
He's loving life.
Act 3. It's the next morning. Tom and Kathy are in their cabin, and Tom has questions that need to be asked, and they need to be asked before the first cup of coffee. Kathy's like,
it's too much, man. So much.
Because she needs her coffee.
Well, because she's older.
We finally get the upshot. So, in addition to the whole divorced and all that stuff, so she is 10 years older than him, and so her concern is not now, but that in a few years people will look at them and think that she's old and he's what did they say, like some kinky fling, and basically she's worried that she'll look like a cougar. I mean, the cougar didn't exist back then, but I guess she's basically worried about being a cougar. Or perceived as a cougar.
What do you consider yourself to be a male cougar? If the script was flipped, if you're male Kathy, your wife is female Tom Bell. Does that
no? But what you're saying is basically that I am older than my wife, and as we learned a few weeks ago, that's the best way to do it. As Steubing said, I follow my life by Meryl Steubing's marriage rules. I would say I thought about it maybe at the very beginning, but certainly I never thought about it in the way of future, like how it would be perceived in the future and things like that.
It wasn't a no because of something you might feel like 20 years
now, 15 years later. No, that would have been, that it feels like something that you would think when you just don't want to get married again, to your point.
Well, it's a ready excuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're really hard up for an excuse not to do it, there it is.
We get some good Hasselhoff bits here. He says, I can let myself go. And, I'm 10 inches taller than you. Who cares? And all that kind of stuff. And then he has a really good line where it's basically like, you certainly didn't have a problem with the age difference. And he's not saying it in an argumentative way. He's not. I would hate to fight with Hasselhoff in a relationship. It feels like he's very good at it.
He takes his shirt off too and default and be like, come on, buddy. It's not even fair.
But he basically says, you didn't have a problem with the age difference when we were fooling around. You have a very modern look on us fooling around this way. But the age difference, you care about what people think, and that's not consistent. You're a bit of a hypocrite. And so I thought that was a good piece of business there. Jesus. Yeah, it is a lot before coffee. Ugh.
I couldn't deal with that.
Before coffee? I agree.
God, just put a pin in that. Jesus. What are we doing?
Don't talk to me before my coffee.
Come on.
I used to have a rule at work. Don't talk to me before 10 a.m.
So, I mean, don't hit me with craziness.
No, don't talk to me about marriage proposals before 10 a.m.
No.
All right, Bill is showing off his new wardrobe, the stuff they got from the gift shop, which, again, the gift shop has a lot of clothes, but Julie had to go beg other passengers to give Sonny Bono clothes.
And that medallion, Sonny Bono could have used that thing last season.
He could have sold it.
Yeah. He'd have left with that thing. Borrow schmarrow. I'm out of here.
They head off to the bar, and Gordon Jump orders a couple beers, but beers are for stiffs, man.
You don't want that.
Give me a scorpion, 2 scorpions, which is a lot of stuff, but basically 5 different kinds of rum.
Real drink, fake drink.
I think it's a real drink. I mean, there's definitely 5 kinds of rum.
It sounds awful.
It's just, well, I think at some point I don't like white rum. Anything that has white rum in it, you can taste white rum.
Yeah.
But, I've had like rum runners and stuff like that. So
it's just a lot of weird. That's a lot. Like, what are you
It's a lot for somebody who clearly never drinks liquor to then have 5 rums.
Why don't you just have like a something in ginger ale? Why you gotta...
Why don't you just have some of them limes that Isaac's just barehanded?
So is there no limit to this? We're going to spice things up. So we're not going to drink the same. We're not going to eat the same foods. Like what? How far is Faye Piermont going to take this nonsense? And bravo to Bill for.
I mean, far enough that she can save her marriage by killing her husband. It's
giving him alcohol poisoning. Jeez.
We are live in the Seawind Spa. Mike, it's time for another edition of Julie's Jazzercise exercise class.
This out of nowhere. It's like
so. I guess this is
flash mob.
Just the thing now. Julie's the phys ed teacher.
I don't get that at all.
That's like what three times we've seen this now.
Well, and she's never dressed for working out. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just like, here, stand here, touch your knees. Like there's no.
It's always very quick. It's always like 10 seconds.
That's it. I do I do a 7-second workout. Mm-hmm.
Was Jane Fonda already a thing with that in 1980? Because that's what it feels like, a direct response to that, right?
I was thinking about that too. I think that was a little bit later, but not.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But maybe they were ahead of it. Maybe Jane Fonda ripped off Julie McCoy. Ugh, another loss.
Damn it. First Jack and now Jane.
Oh, maybe Jane Fonda is married to Jack Chanel.
She's the new mom Julie will never be.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know.
Alaskan Jane. Faye and Bill are going hard on this. And Bill has a funny line where he's like, are you doing this for the insurance money? And that was pretty funny.
What a sport Bill Piermont is, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's funny. They never really even did like he didn't put up much resistance, and when he did, it was more like, to your point, like, I've been down for all this, but there's got to be an end point somewhere, right? Like, so.
Right.
Also, could we talk? So
no kidding. Before you, yeah. Hello.
Also, the Coast Guard is going to arrest us when we get off the boat for littering.
No kidding.
We get a pretty cool directorial move where we pan right from the exercise class over to the hot tub, where our good friend, well, the last Tom we saw in this hot tub almost died. So, but we see Tom and Kathy enjoying themselves. Tom is again putting a little pressure on it, but they've kind of agreed at this point that she has till the end of the cruise to decide what she's going to decide.
Hey, so Mike, this hot tub, I just want to talk about it real quick, because this thing is not to treat injuries or aching muscles. People come in here to make out, right? Remember last week, Hot Tub Annie, she was all about it. Matt tries to, I don't know.
Matt, apologies. That was not Tom. Tom was the brother. I apologize. Yeah.
Matt almost dying, but it's like, this is such a weird, that hot tub scene is just so weird to me. It's just people just attacking each other in the freaking hot tub.
So I know what you're saying, but I think when the Princess Line was building it, they built the gym, right?
Right.
The gym is new. The gym came last year. And so either they had to build it out from where an existing hot tub was, or they realized they needed to get, they had a hot tub there already kind of thing. Like, I don't think it's a medicinal hot tub, I guess, is my point.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's just no weird, but I guess the spa is not really a gym either, right?
No, it's a living room with a couple dumbbells and a jump rope, and then sometimes
juice and
balance beams.
Yeah, it's a weird spot.
I will say, Kathy's hair in this hot tub looks fantastic. That humidity is doing wonders for her hair. She looks great.
Look at you. That's why wrestlers wet their hair right there.
Boom. Listen, I'm from the Northeast, man. I'm down for that and hot tub hair. Where you go?
Look like Kurt Hennig in that hot tub. The hair. Yeah.
It is time for another episode of the Stooping Mysteries.
Here we go.
Gladys is explaining what happened the night before, what she heard, and she's telling this to Stooping and Gopher and the bartender for some reason.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why. Where's the security guy? We so need a security guy on this boat.
Gladys didn't have her glasses on, so she didn't see what happened, but, she's certain that he was big. Stooping assures her this won't happen again, and he tells Gopher, stop everything you're doing.
Okay.
And contact security. What was he doing? He's doing this.
He's like, okay, good. Already done. One step ahead of you.
So Stooping leaves, and Gopher's like, okay, cool. We actually need some details now. And Gladys is like, I didn't see anything, but I heard a name. And that name, of course, was Isaac.
Wow.
But I guess Gladys didn't read the name tag that says Isaac Washington from Oakland, California. So you didn't know.
No, she didn't know.
No. But ultimately,
what would that mean? He's in a red jacket of all.
That's true. He works for Budget Rent-A-Car.
Right. Some man in a uniform with a red jacket named Isaac. Doesn't sound familiar.
So, like we talked about before, Gopher is kind of giving Isaac the side eye, and Isaac's like, come on, man, I didn't do it. But Isaac Gopher's like, I'll figure it out, but give me some time. Maybe stay away from Janet just in case. So,
how about just cover for your boy? How about that? Jeez.
Yeah, this old woman didn't have anything, really at all, So, and I like the fact that Stooping would be like, "Yep, Isaac, definitely, it's definitely this Isaac, right?" So,
I'm surprised that Stooping didn't say he's fired. He'll be fired on the spot. He likes
that's right.
These big sweeping.
Oh, he does. Yeah. All right. Doc is examining Bill, who's got a case of disco disc from Julie's Jazzercise class. Bill then asked Bricker
he's ever class, Mike.
Well, I mean, it only takes one lunge. I mean, look what happened to Christopher George. Look what happened to Bud Pomeroy. I mean,
no, we have like, what is it, 7-minute abs? This is 6 minutes of touching toes, I guess. I don't know. I get it.
Every one of Julie's exercise classes lasts as long as one of her relationships.
What's funny is back injury only happens after he had a drink with 18 different kinds of rum in it. It's just kind of a weird coincidence.
Can't feel my legs either.
What did you do? I tried to squat 1,000 pounds. That's what happened. Woo! Why, you want to fight? Just, good Lord.
A scorpion.
He's fired up. Jeez.
Bill asks Doc, kind of if he's ever seen these cruises kind of put a little juice back in a long married couple's relationship. And he's like, well, you know what they say, sea air makes men virile. Gordon jumps like, that's an old wives' tale. And Doc's like, who would know better? So really good Doc episode in minimal use this week. So
I love what he said was not based on medicine at all.
Not at all.
He's just
he's just gabbing.
He went to school to be a doctor, and he's just like, that's salt air. What? What about salt air, sir? Jeez.
It's science.
What are you, less doctor, more shaman? Like, what do you do? What are we doing?
He's more like Robert Goulet.
So odd. Sea air.
Isaac comes in with an important question. Could I be a werewolf? And with that, Bill's like, all right, I'll see you later, Doc.
Yeah.
I got enough crap going on.
This would have been, and that would have been a perfect commercial break right there, by the way. Just
yeah.
In my
it's ended up being a pretty long scene in the doctor's office, honestly. Not since they killed Barbie Benton's boyfriend. So Isaac is taking the thought that what Janet was saying could have actually happened, and then he's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and when he goes to bed, he's like splitting his personalities or getting up and doing these horrible things.
But didn't happen during work hours?
Yeah, I don't think there was a timestamp on it. Yeah, Isaac didn't put a lot of thought into any of this.
What are you talking about?
And then Isaac says something about, I've been forgetting a lot of stuff lately, which I guess is the limes. Is that why they did the limes?
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
Remember the limes.
That's funny.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Lime. Doc asks if this has ever happened before, and Isaac says, no, but I wonder if I'm acting out his schoolboy crush, I guess, on Janet, which again, first grade, a little weird. That's the last time like, I'm sure I had a crush in first grade, but I don't think it would manifest itself into potentially assaulting someone I'd never seen. So.
I have a first grade boy. It is impossible. Anyway, if he came home and said he was in love.
He says he was a drug. This is when Isaac has really. This is when Isaac has given Doc reason to sit him down. I think Isaac was going to get his head split open at this point. But
and Isaac needs a vacation.
He explains it was a play, and Doc is relaxed. Well, I mean, last vacation he went on was on the boat.
That's what I'm saying. These guys never get.
You know what Isaac needs, Mike? You know what Isaac needs? It's the same thing Julie needs. He's to get laid. It's been a dry cruise for those two this season.
No romantic interlude.
No business.
Either one this year.
Exactly, and you can see it's manifesting itself in horrible ways.
I mean, he's attacking women ultimately in his sleep now. That's how bad it's getting. Yeah.
Ultimately, Doc is going to go talk to the husband because I think Doc figured this out because of course he did.
Of course he
did. I feel like if every episode at the beginning of the second act, they all just sat back at Stubing's office and told him what's going on the boat, Doc could end all these episodes in like 14 minutes. That's crap. That's crap.
We'll have it wrapped up before the first commercial break. We'll be done. We'll have this sucker wrapped.
She's not killing herself. He doesn't love you.
He had his headphones on. Done. What's next?
Next episode. We did 7 million episodes of The Love Boat. All right. Faye is ready to go out and has a pretty revealing outfit on, at least as far as Bill is concerned. And Bill wants no part of it. A lot of good stuff here from Gordon Jump about how, she needs more insurance to go out like that because she'll catch cold and get pneummonia.
He was good.
And,
I thought she was going to get mad. I thought that was going to happen. Like his lines were so good, she was going to get pissed, and then feel not supported, and all that.
It's funny. They did I don't think the Faye character was particularly good or bad. It was fine. It didn't overstay its welcome. It could have, but
it was a placeholder at best. Yeah.
They threaded the needle here pretty well in terms of she did acknowledge that he's been cool with all this stuff, but now he's not. So she was being unrealistic, but not completely unrealistic. So
that makes sense.
But she said that she was going to go out for dancing in her skimpy outfit, and she storms out.
The part of Faye Piermont was begging to be somebody else because Gordon Jump was so good in this episode.
Yeah.
And they didn't give him a ton, but he executed so well. I feel like he needed.
There was more room. There was more room there. And it's funny. I thought she was really good as nebbish Faye, but I don't think she had the juice on the other end of it, or she should have played it more conflicted.
Or it should have played it just like a Phyllis Diller over the top with this new.
I agree. Yes. You know what? You're 100% right, because Phyllis Diller, when she was not drunk, was similar. You're right. That would have been great. That's what that needed, was just that level. Like a legit two different characters kind of thing.
It was too.
They didn't really get there. Yeah.
For a show that likes to paint with a wide brush, this one, I don't know why they didn't go that route, but.
We are in the Pirates Cove, where Doc is explaining the plot to Mr. Reeves. He realizes he's been a real heel here, and he's going to make sure that his wife understands all the loving she deserves. He also apologizes.
Why did you just
right.
Why are we going to have a scheme?
So the way they sell it is because he wronged her so that she deserves to have her jealousy plot realized. Like, does he think that it's some sort of like fetish play or something? I don't know what it is. But
first of all, he listened to a total of 2 games, right?
That you saw.
It's not Mr. Reeves. It's Dr. Reeves, okay? And leave Dr. Reeves alone. Let him.
Wait,
he's a good provider.
Why is it Dr. Reeves?
Yeah, he just wanted to downplay it.
Dr. You decided it's Dr. Reeves? So.
Yeah, because he got to be a doctor because he's got so much juice that he's married to this super famous model. You can't be Mr. Reeves and be just, I'm going to stay in my cabin and listen to hockey and basketball. But if he's
do you think that portable radio was cheap? Probably not.
It wasn't so much the radio, it was the extra antenna that was attached to it. I think that's the most expensive part.
That's true.
Contraption everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think that was the machine that Dick Martin was doing the sexual testing on. So.
It could have been, or that one Gary Collins invented.
The internet?
Yeah.
Mr. Reeves has a plan. To your point, why couldn't he just tell his wife? No, he can't just tell his wife. He's got a plan. He's going to involve Isaac if Isaac's down for it, and he is.
It's so just, come on, Dr. Reeves. Just tell her. Shoot.
I believe that scene ended with Clifton Davis saying, "Now dig this," which I hope was a breadcrumb fan service for That's My Mama project.
I hope so.
Who knows? Maybe we'll watch. Oh, it was a prequel for Amen.
Did he say dig this on Amen a lot?
I don't remember. It would be a weird thing for a minister to say.
Everybody needs a catchphrase. You know what's weird is I remember that Amen show, and I never quite understood as a kid what a deacon was. I'm like, I don't really fully understand what Sherman Hemsley's doing, because the last time I saw him, he was running a dry cleaner, and now he's a deacon.
Well, the last deacon I saw
confused me.
The last deacon I saw was a rock star, so I'm really not sure now. So
yeah, wait, didn't we have Deacon Jones?
No, we had Rosie Greer.
Rosie Greer, Deacon Jones.
Right. Deacon Dark.
Completely different guys. Deacon. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
All right. Bill tracks down Faye and tries to cover her up. But that doesn't work. He's basically got her in like a tarp. Like it's just so. The Piermonts start to bicker, but this doesn't really feel like a fight. Like I said, they're both just kind of whatever. They're happy.
I thought she was going to get pissed.
No, I think that's the. I don't give them this much credit, but like ultimately they didn't need whatever this was to be happy, so they just love each other, Mike, and that's happiness enough.
That's all the Piermonts need.
Kathy and Tom are on the deck, and Kathy still doesn't know what she wants to do. Jesus, there's your answer, Tom.
Hey, just enough, Tom. Just go. Just come on.
Yeah, it's kind of I've only proposed once. It was a yes. So I feel like it's kind of a yes-no. It's not like a...
yeah, so it's a 5-day cruise.
It's not like, do I need a light jacket? Like it's...
If it's anything other than a resounding yes, I don't know if you can ask a second time.
Yeah. And if you hesitate, you better not have heard me. Am I stuttering?
You heard me the first time. That's right. Don't make me repeat it. Make me look like a dummy. Go ahead.
Tom's tired of waiting around, and he kind of wants that answer. And he kind of lays it out. He's like, I can't be with you if you're not looking to move forward. I need to know where I stand.
Needy much? Jeez. Come on.
Kathy cares too much about what people think. And then this is where she says, I'm an old woman and you're a kinky fling, is what people will think. But her mind's made up, and that's the end of that. And they do the thing, which I have done a version of this, I think, where it's like you break up and you know it's done. And you're in the moment, but one of you has clearly decided that it's done. So is it weird to have this sad moment about what you did? So,
That's funny.
Oh, I can't believe I killed this thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right, Act 4. The Piermonts are wrapping up dinner. Bill forgot his pipe. So he's going to go back to the cabin to grab that.
It's my kind of cruise. What are we talking about? What's Bill about to do up in the... What's going on? Bit of liberal cruise.
It's just a lead pipe. Faye promised that she'll keep the wrap on until Gordon Jump meets her up on the deck.
With his pipe.
But as soon as he gets up there... This is the best part of this whole storyline. As soon as she gets up there, shazam! She gets this, which was great. That was great.
That's it. The whole thing goes dark like the last Sopranos episode, and that's it for the whole season of Love Boat.
The Silk Owl knocks on Janet's door with a special mariachis and margaritas. Gopher's outside the door. Can't tell if he's like listening to protect somebody or what is he doing? Of course, Gladys and Agnes show up, and Gopher's like, "Oh, I'm keeping everybody safe and all that kind of stuff." But of course, he's there to hear everything.
I'm assuming to say drop everything and go.
That is true.
Nothing.
That is true. That is true. So Gopher overhears Isaac starting up the plot that him and Clifton Davis have worked up, which is basically like Isaac's going to make a play. Clifton Davis will show up. They'll pretend to fight. She gets her jealousy fetish. End scene. Gopher hears all this and starts to worry. And then Mr. Reeves comes in, which is all part of the plan. But Gopher thinks that he's going to kill Isaac. So he calls Doc. Of course, none of that is true. Mr. Reeves and Isaac were in on it the whole time. And while they get Janet to admit that she was making it all up, they still go overboard a little bit, and Isaac even does some hackneyed Shakespeare to kind of make her feel better about herself. I guess I don't really know why they had to do all that, but it was fine.
Me neither. So. That was an odd. Weird.
Yeah,
story.
It was
weird story.
Yeah, it was weird, and again, it was like there just wasn't a lot there. So, but I'm okay if you're going to err on the side of giving Isaac more to do, that's fine.
1,000%.
But yeah, not the greatest thing. The funny thing was
to do, but yeah, I'll take it. But this just there's nothing here. There's no meat.
Well, at all. There was no gravitas to it, right? No, it was just silly, like silly. So.
And I'm fine with silly sometimes. I just when Isaac's involved, I just want a little more.
Well, right, and it's like okay, so your only storylines without looking, I'm pretty sure his only storylines this season were the Rosie Greer one, which was kind of similar to this a little bit, and then this, but like again, no relationship, no serious thing, like so.
Unless they're saving it for the season finale, who knows?
90 minutes, we got a lot to do. All right, well that's really the end of that. Mr. Reeves is forgiven, I guess. Man, it all worked out.
Yeah, but nothing.
I'm skipping a lot of this because that's not really there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the point. Nothing really happened.
At the end, it's like, well, the same thing happened when you get off the boat that happened when you got on. It's just weird. Like there's just, it was such a strange.
In a panic, Gopher had called Doc on the PA. Doc shows up. He knows what's actually happening. So he kind of blows it off. In fact, he was mad that he got called from his bingo game, which I'm assuming was not bingo.
It wasn't bingo. Yeah, no, chess.
Gopher says, you call yourself a healer. So, all right. Bill has upped the ante to phase nonsense, and he shows up in his skivvies on the deck.
His sock garters. Good for you.
Yeah, good for the sock garters making a return. That offends Gladys, of course. Faye says clearly that the new way of life is agreeing with the both of them, and they're off to slip into something more comfortable. Great.
Great.
Act 5. This kind of petered out here. So
they lost because the end of the episode there was not a lot going on. So the end of the episode there was no like.
Well, yeah, except for one scene which I don't even understand. So
right.
Julie and Vicky say bye-bye to the Piermonts, who feel like new men and women in two different ways. Whatever. I don't
either. I didn't get that. Like, what?
Steubing tells Gladys and Agnes that there ended up not being any sex maniac after all, and that you should join us on another cruise. And Ann B. Davison, the best lines, like, why? She was upset about this.
To do on this cruise? Why would I come back?
Yeah, right. Okay, explain the scene to me. Kathy asked Julie if she's seen Tom. Julie, who in previous episodes has never divulged information to the point where she would be like, I have to let your booking agent know or something like that. No, he just got off. In fact, he was the first one off the ship. Julie was probably looking.
Oh, he went on the Hoff. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Hoff shows back up, perfect timing. And he shows up with these old people. And he's like, oh, these people have been married 47 years. And the wife, Mike, is 11 years older than the husband.
Oh, so she's what, 91 and he's 80? Does it really matter at that point? I mean, come on. This is the worst example. This is she's like, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
And these
Tom,
two,
you're an idiot. You are dumb, Tom. He works on the copiers. He's not a lawyer. He's a dummy. Like you just made my case for me. And Kathy leaves alone.
Not only are they 11 years difference in age, they're Tom's grandparents, Mike. And somehow
local
works.
Bus this week. Jeez.
That works, I guess.
They just happen to be in the parking lot?
He called ahead. He did say he called ahead.
He called ahead to do what?
Well, I don't know what that proves. Like, I don't know what that proves, that they stayed together. Like, I don't think she was worried about them staying together. I think she was worried about them being at a movie theater and kids laughing at the grandmother making out with the son. Like, I mean, basically.
Or she couldn't think of a reason to say no. Like, other
that's
than, like,
true.
Just
and now she's
do this.
Yeah, now she's got to say no with these grandparents here. So
they're not even. That's not Tom's grandparents. He just paid some rando people in the parking lot. He had to like fight against Stream to get him back. I'm like, that's irresponsible in and of itself, Tom. What if there's a fire?
Kid, go to the local nursing home and find me two olds.
Two of anybody. We'll just tell them, who cares?
You've got it, Michael.
All right.
Gopher is shocked that Isaac isn't dead at the hands of Mr. Reeves. The Reeves stopped by to say thanks, and Mr. Reeves even gives Isaac that giant radio with the big antenna. Gopher can't understand it, but Isaac says open marriage. And that's the end of this episode. Which...
Was it in like a lion and out like a lamb? I don't even know if it came in like a lion, but it definitely went out like a lamb. Jeez.
It's been a while since I've had one where it just got worse as I took the notes, and it's like, it's just because there was nothing there. And when we talk about it, you really can see there's just nothing there. Even the stuff I like, there's just nothing there.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. In the terms of like, it's hard to go, well, was it a good episode or was it a bad episode? It's weird.
It existed. It existed
because there's nothing, or is it just it took up space? What a weird episode for the last episode before the season finale. Just an odd episode.
Yeah, but I mean, let's think back. So the first season was the worst episode of the year. Was the one right before the finale. That was the Funicello. Last season, it was 49 was a good one. It was the World War II with the French plane guy. Oh, that was actually a good one. We liked that one. Jerry Stiller, Charo, that was a good one. This was kind of in the middle. It's funny, it had elements of both, in that it had people we knew, people we liked, but it also had a lot of nothing. So, well, we're halfway into Totals in a recap, but yeah, King of the Hill, best one right now is the Cowboy 2-parter, and then we have all the ones that we've talked about being bad. But yeah, I don't it's either, lower middle, probably. Yeah, it's just kind of there. It's funny. I said this a few weeks ago about how it's just been a very unremarkable, very unmemorable for the most part.
Yeah.
And then I was listening back to an early season episode, and I said the almost exact same thing. And I think that's where I'm landing. Now, this will be a little more memorable because we know the actors. But just I feel like we're going to look back. We're going to try and pull a reference from this season off the top of our heads, and we're going to have trouble because a lot of these episodes are just going to blend into each other.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, weird.
Would you rather have really, really bad or these kind of bland, boring ones? Like, obviously you want to mix, but
I don't know what's worse in the end. At least with a really bad one, it's like a commitment to something. You know what I mean? Or at least it's something. But I just feel like it's more egregious to just have the director of this episode at the end, they look at it and go, eh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's comedic.
Well, and it's also like, sometimes there's
nothing here.
Well, and I think sometimes we've been able to like pick apart maybe one bad storyline and kind of say, oh, if they had just done a little bit of this or this, and I think there's tweaks here, but there just wasn't a lot here. Like, you're missing like
here to adjust.
Like, you're just missing another part of the episode. I mean, Clifton Davis never left the cabin. Like, there should have been more there. Like,
right.
And to your point, and I didn't really think about it. Well, that's fair. Yeah, that's definitely fair. Yeah. So, but
because for some of these people, it felt like it was a 5-day cruise. But to your point about Clifton Davis, they didn't show enough things happening to warrant them saying it was a 5-day cruise. I don't know why you'd sort of do that to yourself.
And this seems ridiculous because I just watched it and wrote notes on it. But where did the time actually go? Like, where did the time go?
There's no captain's table. There
wasn't
a lot of Acapulco lounge. There was no music.
There wasn't a dance scene.
Not a heavy Pirates Cove like last week with the guy with the crutches. Not.
There was, I will say this, not enough that I wrote it down because it wasn't that egregious, but there was a lot more of the padding shots than we've seen in a while. So I think they maybe just
right there.
Yeah, you just didn't have a lot. And then there was just a lot of Faye Piedmont threatening to kill herself and throwing clothes over the deck, which wasn't an A storyline.
I just said I was going to do this. No, but allude to it again for the next 20 minutes. Ridiculous, man.
Captain of the week.
Captain of the week's got to go to Gordon Jump as Bill Piermont, just from dealing and not losing getting upset. He was very supportive and showed his wife that she was taking it a bit far. I just liked the way he handled it.
Yeah.
Character and Gordon Jump was great.
It was just nice to see Gordon Jump do Gordon Jump things. Like, that was just fun.
It's reassuring. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. What if this episode didn't have Gordon Jump? That's what
Oh, right. That's what I mean. Like, if you just had the cast from last week,
right,
where we didn't know anybody,
yeah,
right? Same thing. This would be death because I feel like the knowing of people helped a little bit.
Oh,
like
100%. I think that was most of it.
Yeah.
Davis, David Hasselhoff, Gordon Jump, Ann B. Davis, even though in a limited mode. Even Bernadette Stannis. I mean, it was the same thing. We know all these people.
Yeah, I think this might be a script. I think this might be a script and casting. This was definitely behind the camera problems this week.
Yeah, I agree. I think you had the right people to make something happen. But they just didn't.
I do feel like I've come down a little bit on it. The first watch, Hasselhoff just blew me off the page. Like, it was just like, it was so nice to see a young, not insane, not cartoony. Like, you see why Knight Rider hired him, right? Like, you see
100%.
exactly what it is. And I think that carried through. I do think that the storyline died about halfway through, which, they just didn't have another move. They should have had, maybe she should have been looking at another woman, or he should have met another woman or something like that. But it was just like, everything felt like we only have these actors for one day and we only have one set. like we got to do everything right here.
Well, and it's funny because I think that thing that Kathy and Tom Bell, if Tom Bell was going to look like David Hasselhoff but not have the confidence of, it would be interesting if he was the other woman. And that's why Kathy was doing this. I mean, you could have done a lot of different things here, but I agree. Another thing I just thought of, you had Kit, you had Knight Rider this week, and we had Street Hawk last week. What's next week? What are we getting? Blue Thunder next week? Come on.
Oh, man. Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll find out what we're going to have next week in about 3 minutes here. So
that's true. See.
Worst of the week, walk the plank.
That's, I would say just Faye Piermont with the, no one needs to tease suicide for as long as she did. I have to pick her, but I don't know. I mean, Ann B. Davis didn't do anything, but I don't know if that's bad. Yeah, I'm going to go with Faye Piermont in this one.
I guess I'll go with like the Gladys role because it wasn't as good as ones we've seen previously, but I think the more I think about it, it's just the script, I'll just call it the behind the scenes of it. The production of this one it did fail the actors. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
Threw him in there. There's no reason.
And it's funny because like we've seen, what was the one with, it's the one we like actually, with Jane Wyman and Audrey Meadows.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that one was all acting. The script stunk. So this was like a lesser version of that, where the acting wasn't great, but the actors we liked, but the script still stunk, so. And ultimately,
in a world like
that kills you.
Jump still looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And I do wonder, that's where I wonder if it's like, did they write that for Gordon Jump, or does Gordon Jump just do Gordon Jump stuff with whatever's written, right?
It seemed very Gordon Jump-like, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. So, totals and a recap for this week.
Plugs, hidden season Patreon, absolutely hammered. Whether you're cheering from the stands or tuning in from home, this is the podcast you need. So grab your bat, your cap, and your Phillies pride. crack open a beer and enjoy a weekly Phillies happy hour with Chris Jones, Justin Clue, and our very own Mike Robertson. Check out Absolutely Hammered on the Hitting Season Patreon. You can find us everywhere and anywhere you find your audio podcast. Please hit that subscribe button, leave a review. You can also check out our video podcast on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Look for reels and updates. No mail this week, Mike. No mail means no sound effect.
Well, it's a holiday.
It is a holiday.
We just got done Easter, yeah. So
that is true. Next week, Mike, as I started the notes for this, we are on the season finale. Let me just give you some of our heavy hitters. Daisy Duke.
Oh, wow.
Helen Hayes.
Really?
Yeah. James MacArthur.
I know he's back. Yeah. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure on James MacArthur because there's a stubby waiting for him if he doesn't screw it up. Well, it's either him or Sydney.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Martin Short.
And
finally, Mr. Larry Wilcox, who I will tell you, he and Eric Estrada did not get along. We'll talk about that more next episode. Did not get along. So,
man.
Yeah, big season, end of season 3.
Is there anything is there anything you want? I feel like we always ask this right before the last. Is there anything you want to get in before the season ends from that episode? Like,
yeah, I would love to
I think I would really like to see Julie go out on a good note. Like, I'd like to see Julie just have a good last episode.
Same.
Like, bookend it better, right? So
I almost wish Ralph Mouth was back for this one.
It's been a weird season.
It is a weird season.
It's been a weird season. And with 90 minutes, okay, here's the question. Do we get an Alaska reference on that episode? I want to say yes.
No. I say no.
Okay.
I say no.
I'm going to say yes.
I hope not.
I hope not too. So, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't feel as bad as I did a few weeks ago because these episodes, that's the thing. These last couple episodes have at least like stemmed the tide. I do feel like if next week is good, we will feel good about the season. And next week is bad, we will feel bad about the season. And if next week's in the middle, I don't know what we do with that. So, but
it is weird. And I think that as we're doing that Stubby's prep, it's the perfect time to sort of digest the season as a whole.
Right.
Because there's definitely highs and there's definitely lows. And as I'm doing my research, I almost feel like I have a better grasp. Because I think generally season 3, well, I'll save it for the Stubbies, but it's interesting. There were definitely ebbs and flows this season.
Yeah.
And I completely expect a solid episode. I don't like that they're doing 90 minutes. Like, there's no need to load the deck for the season finale to 90. Let's keep it tight. 44-minute episode. Like, don't get crazy here. Because there's only one extra storyline. I
wonder what the time kill will be. There's always music or like a chase or a dance scene or something in these longer ones. I wonder what it'll be.
I just don't know if it's necessary. So what if this is going
to be Daisy Duke?
Then what? I guess theoretically Fantasy Island would be 90 minutes.
They've done that.
Well, they've done early, right?
They've done the double 90s.
So,
then that's probably gonna be a double 90 then. Yeah. So
2 90s in a night. That's a big deal.
I mean, I don't mind them ending if they land it, but it's like, and then of course, no, I think this probably has to do with the strike and everything. But like the season premiere next year is a single episode, but then we have 2 of the next 3 weeks are 2-parters. So we're gonna be right in the mix. When we start next year,
going up against just movies, just constantly too.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how that all plays out too. But we'll talk about that a lot more probably in the season premiere.
Yeah.
Once I start to do some research on what that'll happen with that thing, but the fact that it starts in late October gives me concern about some holiday episodes. But we'll see. So,
they're gonna get us again for Christmas, aren't they?
I think we do. I think we do actually get a Christmas episode this year. Okay. So. Great. And not just an Us Christmas episode. So, but
we'll always make it happen.
But that'll wrap up the penultimate episode of season 3. Hard to believe that next week will be our final one of season 3, which basically puts us 1/3 done on the project, which
wow, that's crazy to think about.
Is crazy to think about that we have so much behind us and even more ahead of us. So,
it's almost intimidating. What are we at 2 years now?
Nah, we started in this late spring, early summer of 23. So
we're 3 years in.
We're about 3 years in on 3 years. Yeah. So
we got another
6 years plus whatever that last season is. Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to be 87 years old when I'm done. It's going to be amazing. Those episodes are going to be real barn burners.
Yep.
Too.
And I'll be 10 years younger, you kinky freak. So. All right. Well, that's it for this one. An interesting episode, one we'll probably not remember much about in the future, but at least we have, 2.5 hours to talk about it tonight.
That's
so
it. Always time to talk about something like this.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we will talk to you for the season finale next time.
Hi, everyone. It's Fred Grandy.
And I'm Ted Land.
And I'm Jill Whelan.
And you may remember us from your favorite TV show, The Love Boat.
And now we're back together and ready to embark on a brand new adventure.
Each week on the Love Boat podcast, exciting and new, we'll be joined by old friends, favorite guest stars, and more to share stories from our time aboard the Love Boat.
And let's be honest, anything that pops up into our heads.
We have too many stories to tell.
We've had so many amazing guest stars on the Love Boat, people who became lifelong friends.
And so, we got together with some to laugh, to reminisce, and to swap stories about life on set and the bonds that still bring us together decades later.
Friends like Loretta Swit and Jamie Farr, Cynthia Lauren Tweez, Morgan Fairchild, Jimmy Walker, and more.
We can't wait to welcome you aboard.
Listen to the Love Boat podcast every Saturday wherever you get your podcasts.